Sometimes I catch my husband staring at our pantry or our fridge when he doesn't know I'm looking. My own family is not rich. Both of my parents had to work full-time. My clothes were mostly second-hand or hand-me-downs, though this was probably because of convenience since I have 3 sisters, and our house was small and I always had to share a room with one of my sisters. But we always had enough to eat and my parents always took us on a road trip vacation every summer. If there ever were any money problems, me and my sisters never knew about it. My parents always made sure that we knew we were loved too. It was different for my husband. Sometimes they were homeless or living in places not fit for anyone to live. Both of his parents used physical punishment and were in prison some of the time. He went hungry lots of the time and he never had adequate clothing for the winter. He's told me about the first time he could afford a proper place to live when he was an adult. I've seen pictures. It was so small but it had a locking door and was insulated from the cold. He told me about the first time he got a job that paid more in a month than what his bills were in the shock and having money left after he paid everything. Or about being able to buy a real bed instead of just a mattress on the floor. Or when his winter boots had a hole in them and he could afford to buy a brand new pair instead of wearing a plastic bag on his foot to keep it dry. All these things that I never thought of. We bought a house this year and our kitchen is huge. Since we moved in, I sometimes catch my husband staring at our pantry or our fridge. He only does it when he thinks I'm not looking and I never say anything. But I know it is because he can't believe sometimes that we have all that food and he doesn't have to worry about hunger. I make it a point now to make sure our pantry and fridge are always full. When it's my turn to take care of meals, I make sure there is enough for seconds or leftovers. I have a whole stack of recipes that sound weird but taste good, for when we have leftovers or odds and ends so no food expires or is wasted. I also make sure that the house is always warm no matter what and that my husband has a clean sweater and warm socks every day outside of the summer. Just because I know how he grew up and I don't ever want him to feel that way again. I have never said anything to him though because I don't want to embarrass him or make him self-conscious.